Hi Fred. I wish to post this video response, to record this video response 2 nights ago, but I was just way too tired. Um, and it was very late. I decided to postpone it, but now I'm afraid that my ideas are no longer so fresh and complete in my mind now, despite the fact that I just rewatched a video to try to recapture that. But it might not be as successful as I would have liked. So I'll just go ahead and make the video to the best of my ability, or else I'll just forget to make it. I think the way that would make the most sense to start off with would be to express the concern, not really much of a concern, but the feeling I got, or the notion that I arrived at. Not really notion. I don't know what I'm saying. Just the what I thought of at the end of your video from what you had said. So I'll start off with that, and it'll make the most sense. Really, I just want to know, I don't, like, what's with this whole surprise at people, that you have over people, I'm not sure if trying to defend themselves for being, meat-eating, omnivorous, or explaining themselves. I don't quite understand this whole thing with you being finding it surprising that people would at least put themselves out there and, like, expressing their own situation or their own diet. I don't understand the whole confusion about that, because, or I'm not going to say that you're condemning them. I don't think you showed any condemnation. I think you just showed some surprise at people for always bringing up their own diet and explaining their own diet when you mentioned that you were a vegetarian, or that you were laying out your diet. Isn't that what conversation is about? I mean, you mentioned something. I mean, you didn't ask them what their diet was, or you didn't ask them to justify their diet, but we YouTubers never asked you to talk about your diet or to justify your diet. I don't know if you have justified your diet. I probably can't remember if you had, if you did. But you made a video anyways, and I'm not condemning that. I'm just telling you that we're here on YouTube to converse, and when we talk with other people, I think it's natural to converse, to talk about the same kind of thing. I don't, it's like you say, you meet me, I meet you, you say your name, I say mine. You talk about yourself, I talk about myself. I don't think there's anything more natural than that, or anything more sensible than that. But maybe, I mean, maybe I'm just talking about this out of context. I mean, maybe I wasn't there in your conversations with omnivores to see, I guess, the emotions that they went through while you told them that you're a vegetarian. I don't know, maybe they showed anxiety or something, and that caused you to see that they were probably more expressing their own diet to you in a kind of, like, self-defensive way. Maybe that's the case. I mean, but if it's not, I mean, I just think it's natural for someone to say that I'm not a vegetarian, and even to bring up trying to explain themselves. I mean, I don't think it's anything bad to try to explain yourselves, but I could see how you could interpret that as being some sort of self-defense mechanism. So following that, I'm going to talk about my own attitudes about that, because I like discussion, and I think more discussion means more understanding. So, whatever. Really, I think this is one response I think that you did not say that you had ever received. So maybe you had not received it, perhaps because it's not out of cognitive dissonance. But I will admit that I do occasionally have some cognitive dissonance about being an omnivore. But I think it's probably less often than I would wish. um, it's very weird because to say that, or maybe it's ironic. I don't know. Maybe it's ironic to say that I because I acknowledge that killing animals is not something I would like to be responsible for. Because I feel that way, I regret for not feeling bad. Because I feel bad about being partially responsible for the killing of animals, I regret that I don't feel bad about it more often. That's a very weird thing to say, but anyway, that's the case. And I think it's because of selfishness. Selfishness, not a human selfishness, I guess selfishness against animals, because selfishness is never about only thinking about yourself. It's about thinking about yourself at the expense of others. And I guess it is just thinking about myself at the expense of other animals. And I can't explain why right now, because I just haven't thought about it that much. But I think the reason that I'm not a vegetarian is just because I just don't care enough about the life of other animals. I don't want to rationalize my not caring, because I just haven't thought about it that much, and anything I try to put together right now might come across, or might actually just be some flawed reasonings. I mean, I'd have to look at this more in depth to give you an answer that is justifiable. Not justifiable on why it's good to be meat eating, but justifiable on, you know, why I eat meat and why I'm not a vegetarian. I mean, reasons for why I don't take up vegetarianism. I mean, not reasons why it's right not to take up vegetarianism. There's two things that you should not get confused, which I think are probably easy to get confused. So yeah, I think it's this selfishness has to do with just me being so so accustomed to eating food. I mean, it's something I was raised with. It was eating things with animal that was made by killing animals. So I just grown so accustomed to it, and I'm not saying that it's impossible to get out of something that you're accustomed to. I'm just saying that I have been imprinted with an appreciation for the taste of meat and the taste of other things that come from animals and come from animal flesh. And I think that appreciation is what outbalances the care for the life of other animals. And I'm not saying that's a right thing. I'm just saying that that's the fact, and it's probably the fact. That's probably just how my omnivorous status sustains itself. It's because I appreciate the taste, and I feel good after having what I consider to be a complete meal, which has, you know, various food products and you know, whatever. I have cravings. I have, and you know, after I eat a meal that I consider to have been complete, I feel physically satisfied, and I mean, I know it's like, you know, intellectually satisfied, because, you know, I mean, everything is you know, psychological. I feel psychologically satisfied, obviously, and then, you know, that's when I brush my teeth. I feel, you know, the meal is over, it's complete, and whatever. I can move on with my day. So I think it's just that feeling, just being so used to eating that, and just having an appreciation for it and having a taste for it, is just why I just don't like, just that outbalancing my care for the life of animals is why I do not become a vegetarian. It's just because I acknowledge that I just don't care that much. I mean, but I do care about unnecessary things. I know it's very um, I guess it's probably not a very good thing for me to think that my palate and my taste is a necessary thing, but I'm talking about useless things, things that there are no point to, because I think there is a point to me enjoying my meal because I am enjoying my meal. There's something that's going on there. But I think what is useless is the suffering of animals that are being used to make, I guess, what we call meat, to serve us on the food market. It seems I do see these videos a lot, but it seems to me that there's just there is unnecessary suffering. I think like there's no reason for that. You can kill an animal. You can give the animal. First of all, you don't have to make it uncomfortable. I know there's economic reasons for stuffing 100 birds, cut off their beaks and stuff them in a cage that they have no walking space in. But I think that's cruel. I mean, they're feeling pain, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think you can give them a comfortable life, and then kill them painlessly. And I think anything other than that is vain. I think I'm willing to pay a little bit more just so that I can alleviate my conscience a little bit more, to know that what I'm eating hasn't suffered. You know. And I find that weird as well. Maybe it's just because I just don't care that much about animal life for the reasons I've said, or the reasons that I didn't say because I just haven't thought about it enough to say it. That because I'm someone who is willing, I guess hypothetically, because I haven't gone through any experience like this, is willing to suffer any sort of pain rather than death, because I think nothingness is worse than pain, because I consider life to be better than death, I think, and I probably should reconsider this and think about it more, but I do hypothetically I do think that right now that that death to no longer exist is worse off than existing with pain. And I find that weird because I don't mind that animals die for my sake, but I do mind that they suffer pain. It's like I'm considerate. I care about their feelings, but I don't care about the termination of their existence. And I wonder if there's something off about that. There might be. But I guess that's just all I need to say for this video, so I think I'll stop it there.